Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel DIY. I just bought my non-running car project and I'm going to try to fix it. The project car is behind me. This is a Kia Sorento 2011 EX with a 3.5 V6 engine on it. I bought this car on Marketplace. The seller listed it as non-running and I went there to see the car, and unfortunately the battery was completely drained out and I was not able to try to start it. So I towed it home and now I put the battery on charge for a couple of days, and today I'm going to try to start it and see what's wrong with the engine. First thing, I'm going to check the oil. We have oil in it. Oil looks clean. Next, I'll just see if there's any coolant and the color of the coolant. The coolant looks good. So the battery is fully charged now. So I'm going to disconnect it and put the negative terminal and try to start it and see what happens. Oops. The battery is no good. Yeah. So I put the jumper on it and now I'm going to try start it and see what it does. No. It's not starting. Looks like the engine is seized. So I'm opening the oil filter cap here. Cap. Take out the oil filter. It's completely dry. So I guess when the previous owner changed the filter and put it back and tried to start it, it's not pumping oil in the engine. So I'm guessing the oil pump is gone or timing chain is gone, and we might need to redo the timing change, oil pump, and it might work. Or if the engine is seized, it might be like the bearing on the crankshaft is gone too. I think I'll just change the engine. So I called some companies in my locality here and I finally got an engine. This is a brand new second-hand engine. It has like 3 months of warranty on it. So now I have to unload it using my engine hoist. I'll try to do it myself. It's very cold outside. See how I use my engine hose and take the engine out of the truck. So this is where it is. I'll just leave it here for now. Now I'm going to remove the engine from the car. I'll start by disconnecting the battery, remove this air duct, this filter, this cover, and disconnect all the wiring connectors. So now we have disconnect all the connectors and the main wiring harness is loose, so I can put it on this side. So this positive battery cable will have to come with the engine when I will drop the engine. So I have to open the fuse box cover and disconnect it from here. Next, I'm going to remove this fuel line, two 10mm nuts. So there might be pressure on it. I'll just put a rag. I'll put a rag here so that gas won't leak everywhere. So these two lines can be put aside. Next, I'm going to remove this ground cable and the shifter cable. So I guess I'm pretty much done on top. I need to remove the coolant from the radiator, then I will remove this radiator hose, and same for the one that goes into the heater core inside. So I'll have to disconnect it from the firewall over there, and then I think I'm pretty much done on top. So let's lift up the car and drain the coolant. I'm going to use my quick jack for the first time, so that will be a good test as well. So I place quick jacks underneath, and I use both blocks, the small one and the big one, and I place it where we should put the jack. Now I'm going to lift it up and see. Okay, let's check if the pad in the correct position. On this side looks good. Back also is good. So I'll check the other side. So guys, it's leaking. When I went and checked on the other side if it's in the correct position, this frame just went down. So I found like it's leaking here, and looks like it's loose. So I'll just take the wrench and tighten it back. Alright guys, I have tightened this quick connect, and let's try again. Okay, let's check if there's no other leak. No leak here. This is good. It's good at the back. Alright, there's no leak, so I'm continuing to lift quick jack now. Alright, I think I reached the first point, which is enough for me. Yeah. Now I'm going to remove the front wheel. So to drain the coolant, we have to remove this plastic undercover. So we have some 12mm bolts that we have to remove, and these plastic screws. So you will see on the passenger side, so this is the tab that we need to open, that will drain the radiator. I'm also draining the engine oil. I have removed all the wiring connectors. There was one bolt here for the power steering. I have removed it, and I have removed the radiator hoses and the one that goes into the core heater. Now I'm going to remove the CV axle. I'll remove the tie rod end and remove the lower control arm from the knuckle. I'll do that on both sides. All right, so once CV axle is out, we'll just put one bolt in here again. Next, I'm going to remove the sway bar link. So you don't need to remove both sides, both the bottom and top. Just one, either the bottom one or the top one. I see like the top one is easier, so I'm just removing the top one. I already unbolt the bolt joint, and when I will drop the frame, this will come out together, so I don't need to remove it right now. So now I'm going to do the other side. So I remove both suspension right and left. Now I'm going to remove this bolt from the steering rack so that I can disconnect it from the steering column. And next I'm going to remove the exhaust and disconnect it at the back. I have removed the steering column from the rack. I don't know if you can see it right here. So it's a 12mm bolt that you have to remove and push the rack up. Next, I have removed the bolt for the exhaust pipe. From here, I had applied some PV blaster so that it could, so I can remove it easily. And here also, there was 2 nuts, one here and one here. Here, I won't be able to remove it here because look how rusty it is. So, and this bolt and nut also was rusted, so I was trying to remove the rubber support and the bolt removed, so I'll put a new bolt here. And then I won't remove it from here, so I will have to remove the whole exhaust from the back over there. It's much easier to remove the whole exhaust, and I have enough room so I can do it. Next, I'm going to remove the 4 bolts here, the 4 bolts on the drive shaft, and let it loose. After that, I think I'm going to remove the subframe. Now I'm going to remove these 2 clips, and then we will have access to the return hose of the power steering. We can disconnect it because this will come together with the subframe, so we need to remove the power steering fluid. And there's one more that we need to remove, so we have to disconnect this line too. Then this will come together with the subframe. So I will let the power steering fluid drain. So I use a 17mm wrench, remove it from the pipe over there, and now I'm letting the oil to drain. Also, now we can disconnect this hose from the reservoir. This hose will, when I will drop the engine, this will come together with the engine. That's why we have to disconnect it from here. So I'm going to disconnect it. I'm going to remove the mounting bolts for the engine support. So there is 3 14mm bolt here in the front and 3 at the back on the subframe. So I have to remove this, unbolt these 2 mount, and then I will be able to remove the 4 bolt of the subframe. So that to remove the subframe, I have to put a jack or something like that so that the subframe don't fall on me. Now I'm going to remove the subframe bolt, so I'll just loosen it to the maximum but not remove it completely. Then I'll lower the car, put something underneath to slide it down. Alright guys, so now the frame is free, so I'm going to move it out. Using the same technique, now I'm going to drop down the engine. So I'm going to lower the car, and then I'm going to unbolt the 2 engine support and lift up the car to let the engine on the floor. I finally removed the engine with a transmission, and now I need to separate the engine with the transmission. The engine is seized, so I need to find a way to disconnect it. So I have to remove the strut on this side because I didn't have enough room. So I removed the struts and intake manifold. Now I was able to pull out the engine. So that's it guys for this video. So hope you liked it, and please like, subscribe and share the video. Thank you. See you on the next one. I'm going to put the new engine and put it on.